Hello, thank you for taking time to watch our webinar for the 31-day Financial Fitness Bootcamp online course. We are so excited that you are taking the time to invest in yourself to begin to learn whether or not if this course is going to be the right course for you to help you to begin to eradicate your issues with your personal finance and begin a life to live debt-free. We are so excited about this journey, so please grab something to write with or use your smartphones or tablets and just take all the notes that you need to make sure that you can make informed decisions to ensure that this is the right path that you should go. Stay tuned. So, you've often heard me say it, credit is your wealth. And here at BMG Consultancy, we aspire to educate and counsel you to help you to get to the root of your personal finance matters. Two things we are not. We are not credit repair specialists, nor are we debt consolidation specialists. We are truly educators and counselors that have been equipped. We've gone through the training to ensure that we can help you reach your goals in regards to your personal finance. And in that regards, our main goal is to help you to get control of your money, pay off debt, save more, and give more. So let's get going and find out what this program is all about. All right, so let's focus on our goals and objectives of the program. There's going to be 5 areas of focus that we're going to just really tap into, and that's going to be ways to save money, ways to make money, ways to budget, ways to invest, and also ways to pay off debt. So just to kind of give you an example of what we're going to be talking about, let's take a look at a way to save money, for example. You know, there are some really truly easy ways to save money by, for example, trying to cut back on going out to eat. You know, to say no to unnecessary purchases and invest some time shopping for a better deal. You know, sometimes we make decisions and we do it just on a whim without really taking a step back to say, you know, is it the right time for this, or really should I buy this, and just don't do it on impulse. What you'll find is, to your surprise, the small amount of energy that you put into saving money will yield hundreds of dollars of savings rather than just a few bucks that you previously assumed that it was. Watch, you'll see. Another way that we can look into it is for you to make money. So let's take a look at this. If we are going to really truly look at making money, there's a lot of people that's selling stuff online. And so, for example, you know, I know that giving to charity is great, but another thing that you can consider for your household is that when you're trying to eradicate your debt and you're trying to eliminate it and really, you know, pile drive it and get it done and out of, you know, your life, one of the things you can do is actually take things that you are not using, things that's in the closet that still has tags on it and all that good stuff, sell it on eBay, sell it on these different sites like Etsy or Poshmark. I have numerous of people that have been very successful of taking things that they would normally give to charity and actually selling those things on these particular sites, and they have been able to truly win, making anywhere from $500 to $4,000, and this has really truly just not been a way, in essence, for them to just say, hey, I can live off of selling online. But it has been an alternative way for them to be able to make money and to actually take that money and apply to their debt and be able to start to see some results and live debt free. Now let's take a look at how we can, you know, tackle that budget. I know, the budget is always a really, really hard one for so many people. But, you know, the first thing that anyone who wants to make a budget must do is to compare their income versus their expenses. And a lot of times this has everything to do with you truly just sitting down and writing it out. And a lot of times people do not do that. And you know, the good news is that it is really truly quite easy. This is not something that's hard to do. You can do it in Excel, you can do it, you know, on these smartphones that we have and tablets, or, you know, there are other databases and systems that offer wonderful tools and resources for you to use online that have applications, and we'll touch base on that in the program. but they're simple and they help you get on track and are a smart way for you to be able to track your budget and look at your income versus your expenses. You know, it's too bad that most of us never learned this kind of stuff in school. And so, you know, it's one of those things that I had to figure this out on my own as well. So, you know, I just want to make sure that, you know, we realize this is stuff that we should have learned like in the 3rd grade. But hey, here we are now. But we're going to get it together. I'm quite sure of that. Now, let's take another look at another area. Like I said, ways to invest, things that we just don't even think about, you know. One of the things that I always get, some people say, oh God, when it comes to investing, I just don't know anything about it. But if you are anything just like me, I'm a do-it-yourself kind of person. So more than likely to invest, I'm probably going to do it myself. And there are so many different websites that are available to us at our fingertips that will literally walk us through investing and allow us to do this for ourselves. Or if you're, you know, the kind of person that say, you know what, I'd rather pay someone to do that for me, you know, go see someone at Edward Jones or, you know, Merrill Lynch or whatever like that. But, you know, go see one of those guys and, you know, really just, you know, pay them and they'll help you, you know, learn how to invest your money. You know, they're the professionals. But sometimes if you feel comfortable enough to be able to go in there and do it yourself, then that's something that you can do. A lot of times people will say, you know, if you're just starting out, there's generally more, I guess you try to play it safe when it comes to investment. So you look at mutual funds and different things like that. And so you really don't know how to take risks. But I promise you that when you really get into investing, then what you will find is that when you go to certain sites, if you are a do-it-yourself kind of person, they do have some tools there to help you to learn how to invest online. And so, you know, as a result, it'll be easy for you, and you can use a site like Trade King or, you know, something like that. So it'll be easy. It's not going to be hard, I promise you. But we'll take a look at those things in the program and, you know, look at some beginning investment kind of things and just some little fun ways for you to, and approaches for you to even look at the investment side of it. So that's going to be good stuff. Now, let's talk about ways to cut our debt. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know, that's always the big thing. Debt. It just seems so like a big, you know, mountain. And so, you know, when my husband and I, when we got married, you know, we went into our marriage and we really did. We had debt, and it wasn't debt, you know, in essence from us having this big lavish wedding. It was debt that we had created before we even got together. So we went in, but the reality is, you know, we went in, we had these debts, but we also wanted to, in essence, purchase a house. And so we knew that we had the sizable debt, probably like $40,000 or something. And we truly had a very strong desire to get rid of it. And so this intense desire really drove us to begin to make sacrifices that seemed very uncommon when we looked around us. But, you know, you have to really truly take on the mindset that I have to do this. This is something that needs to be done. You know, focus on it and just make it happen. So those are kind of like some goals and objectives. Don't want to bore you too much on this. You know, this is just a webinar. But hey, I do want to make sure that you kind of have an idea on some of the topics that we're going to touch on in the program. But even more so, you know, we're going to talk about the topics, but I'm also going to give you some things that you're going to be working through, because it's important that when you go through the programs, you're not just listening to what a person is saying, that you're actually working through the process so that you can really have some hands-on experience, right? So here we are. Today's situation. Oh my goodness. You know, many people are faced with the dilemma of struggling to make ends meet. I mean, there are so many people, you know, we can't say that we have the millions of dollars, or, you know, we can't say that we're earning the 6 figures and, you know, both husband and wife, or even if it's a single parent household, that we really got the money to be able to, you know, to really make ends meet. And so a lot of people in America, they're struggling. And you know, the reality is, at the end of the day, is that even though you're in that situation, managing your debt can be easy. And the way that this can happen is through a financial plan. And a lot of what I found is that a lot of people do not have a financial plan. And so having the financial plan, in essence, is truly like writing the vision and making it plain. And so when you have a financial plan, it's going to really help you to look at your overall debt, how you manage it, how you save, and just how you plan for the right now and also the future. A lot of what we deal with today is due to lack of knowledge, because we have not been taught how to live debt free. If you look at America as, a whole, they want you to have credit cards, they want you to have mortgages, they want you to have these car notes and all these different things, to, in essence, stay in debt. And those things are okay, because we do need credit. I mean, it's a part of our lives, and we want to build healthy credit, but we don't want this credit to be the thing that's going to destroy us. And so today's situation is going to bring me to my next question.
And so, we come to the age-old question: how in the world did we get here? Well, life happens and we just live. We get into pitfalls, especially like predatory lending, like payday loans and title loans. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. I don't care where you look, whether it's through social media, on the television, on radio ads, they are just all over. Oh, do you need $1,000 until you get your paycheck? And then the next thing you know, if you really look at the terms of these predatory lenders, they basically charge you like an interest rate of 400%. It's ridiculous. And so my thing is that we never take the time to sit down and budget and see where our money is truly going. And this is how we can get into, the crunch. I know that life can happen and emergencies can come up and all that kind of stuff, but we can have a plan that includes saving, so that when we do have emergencies, we have a nest egg that is set up to be able to help us to get out of our financial crisis. A lot of times I find a lot of people that live above their means and are not willing to do or make the sacrifices, even if it's temporary, to eradicate debt, so that we can live a more comfortable debt-free life. And this is very important, because when it comes to getting out of debt, you want to be able to, really put on the mindset of, this is temporary. Whether it's 3 months or 6 months, I am willing to make some sacrifices so that I can see, my debt and my personal finances to become healthy. We all know that in order for something to really truly work, we have to be willing to put in the work necessary, and then also make lifestyle changes. And so this is very important for us to be able to get to where we need to in life. So if you're willing to do that, then hey, not only will we be asking the question, how do we get here, but we'll also know the answer, how do we get out? So here we are. Recommendation. So what we know we must have a financial plan. The importance of short-term and long-term financial planning is so critical to our well-being. And so these are some of the things that we're going to talk about, throughout the duration of the 31-day financial fitness boot camp. And then we're also, going to talk about, because a part of that financial plan is paying yourself first. And that's where a lot of people, especially when it comes to budgeting, they freak out because they feel like we have to budget, we have to pay bills, we have to save, we have to do this, but they don't look at ways to pay themselves. And so if you don't do that, more than likely you will fail. So, having a financial plan is really going to be critical to help you to be able to be successful in regards to this financial fitness boot camp that we're going to go through. And the financial plan is definitely going to give you the vision that your household needs to be successful, not just for short-term purposes, but for long-term purposes as well. Another thing, we must seek credit counseling. A lot of times, just like a marriage, if you are at an impasse and you really need some help, a lot of times people won't even go and get counseling to help them to get over that hurdle. And the same thing is this, debt and credit counseling is so important, because it will help you to find out what's in your credit report and what this stuff means. You have so many questions and you're looking at these credit reports, and some things can be easy, but some things can be a little bit difficult. So the credit counseling can definitely help you to be able to, find out what's in that credit report and what it means. It's going to also help you to understand your credit score and how it's impacting your life. And then also the counseling will be designed to help you to improve your credit standard and then also to develop credit. Very, very important. So all these things can be done by getting credit counseling, as well as being able to look at those reports and begin to, basically fight back and get healthy credit. And so this can be done, but counseling is definitely necessary. Another thing that we recommend is that we must embrace money management. And so money management is, create savings accounts. A lot of times people just have a checking account and they don't even have a savings account anywhere to be able to put aside money. So focused on just having credit cards and not having money to really truly, have it set aside for a rainy day or for that emergency that just comes up that you were truly not expecting. Money management also ties to budgeting, how to write and follow a household budget. It's so essential because people perish for lack of knowledge, and so a lot of times that budget is the end all be all to help that household to know, what's coming in and what's going out, and some things that you may be able to do to ensure that you're living and not just living, just paycheck to paycheck and just, just living in a place where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't barely make ends meet. So we want to get out of that style of living and into a more abundant style of living. We want to get, in regards to money management, we want to get to a place where we are living within our financial means. If we only earn $2,000 a month, then we can't live like we earn $4,000 a month unless we're truly earning that, okay? And even then, I would suggest that we're not living like we earn $4,000 a month, but maybe $3,000 so that we can have some cushion. So these are things that we're just going to talk about that is really going to help, you look at your money management. Why is it important to save money? We're going to look at that. We're going to look at tips for following your money trail. We're going to really get into some depths of some things to really help you to get over these, hurdles and everything. And then also opening a bank or checking account that is going to work for you. So all these things are going to be discussed in this program, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be informative, and most importantly, I don't want to put any pretenses out there. It is going to require work on your behalf. So unless you're willing to commit it, to the process, this is truly going to be a waste of your time. But if you're really serious, then let's get started. So as I said, let's get started. If you are ready to commit and do the work to get to the root of your personal finance woes, log onto our website at www.boltonmg, that's M like Mary, G like go, .com, and select the Training and Development tab and register for the 31-day Financial Fitness Bootcamp. In addition to receiving tips and resources on how to save money, make money, invest, budget, and get out of debt faster, your registration is actually going to include a one-on-one 30-minute coaching session that will allow you to ask any pressing questions that you may have specifically about your situation. And a lot of times people will use this time to go over the credit report. So, use that time wisely, but it is definitely going to be available for you. Remember, credit is your wealth. So let's get healthy today.